Hi everyone, welcome to Creative Learner and my name is Teza. Creative Learner is a great place to learn tips and tricks for Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, and many tutorials are coming. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook page as well so that you will be notified when we upload the new tutorials. So in this tutorial, we are going to learn how to create fireworks in After Effects. So let's take a look what we are going to create. So as you can see on my screen, so we will be learning using the CC particle wall, the building effects, and then we'll be creating the fireworks, and then after that we will be building custom shapes in Illustrator, and then we will bring it back to After Effects and creating the custom shape fireworks in After Effects. So let's get into After Effects and let's get started. So now you can see on my screen, I have already launched my After Effects. So the first thing what we need to do is taking a new composition. In the project panel, you have this composition. So click on it like so. So after that, you can name it we will have two fireworks. So I will name it fireworks, and maybe this is one effect. So that is, I will be using the particle wall effects, and then the size, keep it like that. It will depends on you. And then here is a color thing. This is not the real color because just a viewing purpose only. So I will click it OK, just like that. And then we have the composition and the timeline window is activated now. So now the first thing, we need a new layer. So that will be go to layer and then take a new solid layer. Shortcut is a Command Y. And then I will take a new solid layer just like that. Maybe even a color, we can go it to the black color. So when I click OK, one new layer is added in our timeline window, and then now we have this layer is already selected because you can see the anchor bounding box at the corner. So it means that the layer is selected. If you click it away, the selection will be gone. But we are using the building effects for the first fireworks. So what we need to do is select your layer. After that, you can go to this right panel. We have effects and preset thing. So in the search box, you can type it particle, because like a CC particle word, but sometimes we do not know the complete word, so you can type it whatever you name, particle, so it will be start appearing your thing. So I can double click it, or you can click and drag into your layer, so that will be applying your effects on that layer. So in CC particle wall, the first thing, you are doing nothing but just simply press spacebar on your keyboard. So that will be this particle effect is involved an animation thing. So a fire bursting, ending thing like you can see on my screen. But we need to do the a setting, 0 to something, and then after that going down to 0. So how to do it that? The way to do that is I can take the effect setting here. So let's go to effect setting at the project panel. If your effect setting, you're not seeing the panel here, you go to window menu, and then after that you check your effects control here. So that will be appearing your effects panel. Sometimes it will be stacked beside of the project panel here, but you can simply click and drag to the side, so that will be appearing just like me. So just now we said that we will be setting 0 to something, and then after that 0. So to do that, we need to start with the burst rate. So there will be a lot of setting in the effects, but I will not be keeping detail of it because to make the tutorial short. So I will start setting a keyframe. So to set a keyframe, simply you can one click on the stopwatch icon here. So when you click it, so that will be adding your keyframe. But actually we are not seeing on our a timeline window here. So we are seeing nothing, because the keyframe is hidden underneath of the layer. You can go manually, bring it down the arrow one by one and look for your keyframe. If not, the shortcut to do that is whatever keyframe is applied, you can simply press the U key on your keyboard. So that will be bringing all the keyframe applied in your layer. So now we can see that our keyframe is here. So that will be our 0 birth rate. So I can bring down to 0 like so. So after that, I can maybe I mean, we are not starting from here. We can simply later we can move it at the top, I mean to the front, just like that. But we will be, for visible easier thing, I will be like a setting from here. So in 20 frame, I will start with the 0 keyframe. Now I set the 0 keyframe. If I mean press spacebar, or I mean you can play head, move it, we are not seeing any animation now because we have, I mean 0 bird, meaning there's nothing existed. So that will be, I mean now we are setting the fire bursting to 0. So after that I can go to 1 second, and then I will be adding one more keyframe. But now adding one more keyframe is we need like a 1 or any value you can add in. So once you have activated your stopwatch in After Effects, whatever value you change, that will be adding the additional keyframe. So if you press 0, that will not be adding any keyframe, but you press any different value, that will be automatically adding your keyframe in your timeline. So let's say I edit like 1, so bird rate to be 1, just now it's a 0. So when I press enter, that will be adding our keyframe in After Effects. So that is how basic adding a keyframe in After Effects. So if you are really new to After Effects, I want to keep it my tutorial also for beginner things. So now we have added the one more keyframe, that will be bird rate is a 1, and then I will move it to maybe around like a 1 second and 10 frame, and then I will change back my bird rate to 0. So and then I can press 0, and then when I play back, it will start with nothing, and then boom, and then now it dismiss again. So that will be like our fireworks. I mean the concept is now already implemented. So now just like that. But now you can see that the firework is good, but it's too big. Maybe let's say our like a screen size if just like that. I mean we need like a fireworks to be like bursting into the air, not to be dropping down. So to do that in this particular effect, what we have is we have this physics setting. So in physics, I mean we can change the gravity. So I mean in gravity you can bring, place your mouse on this value. You can like a click and drag. If not, you can, if you know the value, you can enter it. If you do not know it, you can just simply do like that. Click left or right, you can click and drag. So now you can see that our fireworks is from down to the top if your fireworks are going up. But actually this effect is not just for fireworks. You can use for any effects, any like other things. So that is really useful. So now I will keep it like a fireworks to bursting, like a straightforward thing. Like a little bit of the down, so that will be much more like realistic to fireworks. Let's play it back. So just changing the gravity only. Let me play back. So now we can see that the fireworks already started. But you see that the firework is bursting all the whole of the screen. So we need to be small fireworks because we are looking far from our viewing. So that will be how to do is in like a velocity here. What we can change velocity is like like the speed that you how hard you burst your fire. So that will be, if I increase it, that will be bursting like much closer to us. So if I decrease it, now I will bring it down the value. So what it will happen is now you can see that the fires are not getting closer to us. Now it bursted, after that it dropped it just like that, much more near to our the realistic fireworks thing. So you can see that the the gravity is now dropping to to down. So what I can bring it up is let me bring it up the gravity here. So I will bring it up the gravity a little bit just like that. Let me play it back. So now a few setting only I did. Now we have this realistic fireworks done. So now you can see that now here, boom. So the fireworks already appear. So and then we can play around the setting. What I did is just bird rate, and then after that I changed the in physics I changed the gravity, and then after that I changed the velocity. So that will be a velocity and the gravity. I just did it. So now we can see that the fireworks already in and the right thing. Now we can see the real fireworks is quite similar. We can apply it. So after that we can play around. Let's say if you want it like a speed, we have this horn resistant. That will be sustaining our fireworks. If I increase it, you can play back. So now that is more like when you bursting, our bursting fire like step by step. It's not dismissing very first way. So now you can see that it will be like somewhat like a ripple thing. I mean, you can see slowly fading out. So that is much more nearer. So after that, I can play around. I mean, extra is like you can play with the extra. So that will be like bursting into the air, just like that. The other thing what we can do is I can like change the color. So let's say I like the fireworks just like that. So now you can see that playback, boom. If you want it, the size also, just now we changed the velocity, that is bringing our fireworks to the the more smaller thing. But let's say if you like it, let's say I make it velocity higher, but it is not really realistic thing, so I will bring it down the velocity, but the fireworks somehow like we seems to be smaller. But if you want it like a big, so what I can do is without using the effect, I can go back to our like After Effects layer. We have this scale. If you arrow, you can bring it down here. You have this transform. I can simply add one more keyframe if you want it. If not, I can just simply scale it up. So that will be bringing up our fireworks as well. So now as you can see, but that is making a little bit like a blurry, but you can keep it in that way as well. So now we can see that. If not, we can change the the like continue raster as well. If we bring it up, we can see that the fireworks here. So that will be also like our fireworks is now placing in bursting just like that. So I will not be going too far. I have other technique as well. So now we have done our fireworks here. So just simply just like that. You can a few setting changing, and then you can play with around. We have this extra also. Here we have effect camera. That will be what we can do is if the camera is too far from us, we can keep a distance. Let's say if you want it near to your scene, you can keep it like increasing your distance, or you can decrease your distance. So if you play back, so that will be fireworks is how big or how small. You can like go into extract setting, and you can change your distance setting as well. So that will be our fireworks is bursting. I think that's it pretty much. If you want to change the color, in like a CC particle wash setting, what we have is we have this particle setting. If you bring down the arrow, we can change the like a color. Okay, let's say if we have this fireworks and now we like it. So after that, I will take one more layer here. So to take a new, like a same setting, we have already set up everything. We just need to change the color. So I will duplicate this layer, going to edit and then duplicate the layer. So after that, I can see that layer is already overlapping. If I shift it a little bit, or maybe I move it to the side, I can see that my fireworks will be like bursting from the other side. So now, actually we are not seeing the fireworks now. The thing is, so they are applying the effects on that layer. So even if we move the layer, we are not seeing the fireworks effects because they are overlapping. But what we need to do is we need to precompose that layer. So what I can do is I can right click and then make it precompose. So that will be precomposing our layer. Make sure you move all attributes into new composition, and then you can change here like maybe fireworks 1, and then I can set like fireworks 1, and then after that I can click OK. And that will be our fireworks with the color. And then the next one will be same thing. I can right click. Here I will precompose it, and then I will keep it like our fireworks. That will be fireworks 2. Press OK. And then now we are not seeing anything different. Now we can start moving things around. Now you can see that now our fireworks can move. And then if I want to change color, double click on the composition, and then I can go back to my setting and then go to a particle, and then I can change the color. So if you see things, you're not seeing the right position, but doesn't matter, and you can change the color to, let's say I have this pinky color here, and then after that, what if we move to like this blue thing, like a greenish blue, so that will be our color. And then I can play back what will be color is like that. So when we go back to our fireworks effects composition, and then now if we play back, now we can see that the fireworks is happening in 2 colors. So that is how easy to do the fireworks in After Effects using the particle wall. If I can continue, let's say let me continue one more composition. I can simply like take a new layer, but the things to do that is if I duplicate on this composition, that will be keeping my composition duplicated. So the way to do that is go to your new solid, and then you can copy it that, and then after that come back to your fireworks composition. You can paste it here, and then after pasting it, go back to your setting particle here, and then what you need to do is you can change the color here. So let's say we want it starting from greenish, and then after that I will change it to this maybe the yellow thing, or maybe the red. So let's take a look, and then after that I can play it back, see the color how. So if I like it, and then I can right click it and then Precompose, and then we can name it like a fireworks 3. So that is not to be duplicating the fireworks in you cannot duplicate it the composition here, because that will be keeping your color in the same layer. So to do that is just now I show you, take a new layer, change your color, and then after that you can move your fireworks in other places. Maybe let's say here even we can change the scale, so that there will be smaller fireworks. So if we play back, we can see that now we have this fireworks. And then after that, even what we can do is you can select all the composition here. After that, you can right click it, you can pre-compose it. That will be unlimited. Now we will have maybe let's say the main fireworks. That will be our main fireworks, and then I will keep it like effects. So that will be mixing all the fireworks, and then I want to duplicate it back. So if I play back, now you can see that fireworks started. We started from here, and then let me play back. So there is a firework started here, and then it dismiss. I will keep my work area, bring it down just like that here, and then let me play it back. So it start and then dismiss. So now I can duplicate it. It will be unlimited, like a process repeating. Now I have duplicated the files. I can simply move my shape, maybe rotate. I can simply even I can rotate here. So let's say I want to rotate just like that, or just like that, and then I can play it back here. So there will be lots of fireworks coming. I can bring it down here. So now you can see that the fireworks are happening just like that. So that will be the simple using the CC particle work effects in After Effects and creating the fireworks. But the other thing I want to show you also, now already 18 minutes, so let me continue to do other technique. So I will keep it all the folder. Keeping one folder for that, the fireworks here. So what I will do is effects. So that will be effects, and then maybe fireworks. So one more, I have created the one folder for the using the effects, building effects thing. So I will bring it into it, just click and drag into the fireworks effect folder, and then that will be keeping one folder clean. And then I will create one new folder that will be maybe AI, and then fireworks. So that will be, I will be drawing some AI effects, and then bringing all the things into After Effects. So in AI After Effects folder, I will highlight it, and then this technique will be you create something in Illustrator, because I have been showing you how efficient using things in Illustrator. So as you can see on my screen, this is what I have created, and then also I have already separated all the layer individually. So I have done the preparation in AI file. So when you have done the AI file, and then you can simply click and drag into your composition, project planner here. So when I click and drag it, it will ask me that what you want to impose in composition or footage. So I will use the composition so that I can use back my layer. And then after that, I can choose my layer size or document. I can keep it like a document size so that it will be same size. When you click it OK, so that AI file is creating the one more composition and then imported to our After Effects. So that is how I'm importing the AI files to After Effects. So after that, I will bring it all the things into AI folder. So that will be our fireworks. If you click on the fireworks in AI, if too easy, I can rename it. So I can click, I can select that layer and the composition, and then press enter. You can name it like a fireworks and then dash AI, so that will be bringing AI file. So when I double click that fireworks AI file, now you can see that whatever I draw in Illustrator, that is coming up in composition. So in After Effects, we can animate thing one by one, but I will be showing you the fastest way, to keep it short. So you can close and open your layer. So what you can do is you can close it just like that. When you close it, you can see that which layer is on your animation. So that will be our background thing. I can keep it, and then if I open it, my layer here, this is just a firework bursting, and then after that the other fireworks come up, and then one more circle fireworks, and then the dash, after that the plus sign. So that will be like you can use for any other thing as well. Just a simple custom shape fireworks thing. After that I have this text like a flipping thing, a happy new year. I will create it. So now we know the layer. I will shut it down everything. So after that I will start with this center one. So this center also will be, all the fireworks will be center and the center point. So we can simply see that this circle center will be our animation center. So to do that, to change it like a center point, so what I can do is in anchor point tool, I can bring down the anchor point here. So just like that, and then you can make sure it is center of the circle. So now we have already aligned our anchor point to the center of our the fireworks thing. So after that I can because it is shooting from down to up, so what I can do is using the position keyframe. So that will be press P on your keyboard, and then you can click on the stopwatch. So that will be end keyframe. I can bring it forward, so that will be at the end, but the start point is from the the bottom. So you can simply click and drag, use your move tool here. So you can simply click and drag it down, so that will be nothing appearing, and then it will shoot like a boom, and then after that firework bursting. So in shooting also, we need to make it, maybe start point is not really big, so we need to make a scale also involved. So what I can do is press Shift and S, so that will be appearing your one more property stopwatch here. Scale keyframe appear, and then you can press on your stopwatch and then adding keyframe. Once you click it, that will be wherever your time indicator, I have already explained it, so that will be adding your keyframe at the place. So you can bring up the end frame forward. So after that, the scale will be at the end is this scale we want it, but at front, at the start point, what we need is maybe what if we do the 0, so that will be disappearing. If we play back, nothing, and then making it big. But maybe even here also we need to make it a little bit smaller. So I will type it in between also, maybe what if 10 frame, the 10%. So that will be when we, now you can see that the fireworks are smaller and then making big. If you want it really smaller, you can closer to your keyframe. So when we play back, so now it shoot. If choose first, we can get like a distance to our keyframe, just like that. So that will be also making our animation slower a little bit. So now you can see that how it is like a much more like a realistic thing. So now we are getting closer to it. So now you can see that the fireworks from the start shooting small and then making big boom. So we have that, and then after that what we can do is after shooting, it will be like a bursting out everything. So it's the same process. What I can do is here I can open one more layer, so that will be shooting also from the center. So the first thing we need to do is aligning your center point to that the yellow circle here. So what I can do is using the anchor point tool, so that will be pen behind anchor point tool. So I will click it, select it, and then make sure that your anchor point is centered to our circle here. So that will be our second fireworks layer. And then after that, same process, I can use pressing X to appear our scale. And then after that, I can make a keyframe. So add one more frame and then go to the end. And then after that, at the front, we need maybe smaller is a 0. So that will be when we play back, now it appear. But it will be after the our center point is appear, so that will be offsetting the second fireworks a little bit backward. So let's take a look. Boom. So after that, still appearing it, maybe what if a little bit offset. So now we can see that much more nearer. So that will be so after that, if that is too slow, we can align our layer just like that. So that is much better. So just like that. If you're happy with it, I can continue to other layer as well. So that will be second fire bursting. I know that the offsetting value, so I will bring it like a backward just like that. After that, I will make sure your anchor point, center point, or your pivot point to be at the center of our yellow circle here. So after that, I can start making our keyframe. So press S key on your keyboard and then press on the stopwatch, and then after that you can bring it back. And then at front, we know that we need to be from nothing. So 0% will be having nothing, and then it will burst just like that. But now you can see, so our fireworks bursted, and then now it booms. A little offset will be much nicer, so we can keep it a little bit offset. So just like that, so now we have the second fireworks is done. So after that, this is a layer by layer animation. So make sure that your file in Illustrator is keeping as a layer. So that is important. I have already shown you in other tutorials. So create the layers in like every layer. After that, import it to After Effects. So one more layer, that will be circle fireworks. I know the value, a little bit offset it. And then I can go to start frame and then press S key on your keyboard. Press stopwatch, adding keyframe, and then go backward. After that, at start point. Before that, make sure that your anchor center point is at the center of our yellow circle here. So after that, I can offset it like going to 0. It will depends on you. So after that, when we play back, boom, so that appear everything. So that is not, the tough thing, but the concept, the idea, if you do not know it, that will be tough. Just now, I show you now, it is much easier that, even we do not need to think a lot. So just, repeat the process. So open it up one more layer. So that will be here. So after that, I will shift S and then pressing like a S key on your keyboard. That will be bring up the scale stopwatch, and then click on it, adding keyframe, and then bring it at the back because there is an end frame. So after that, at start point, what we want to do is we need to not this one, so we will have this keyframe here. So after that, we will have I think we have done the circle thing here. So now we have done the circle also. So now we have it. Now this one more dash one. So after that, I can add the front is make sure that your anchor point is here. So simply you can use your tool and then you can bring it to the center of the yellow. So after that, I can press enter like a 0. So after that, you can play it back now. But the offsetting is it will depends on you. If this is not really good, now everything is starting at the same time, you can offset it a little bit backward. So after that, you can play it back. So if you like it, it depends on you. If let's play back, so that is much better. So that will be just like that. So after that, let me open it up one more layer here. What we have, this is a plus sign. So that will be, same technique. I will bring it to the offsetting here. So after that, make sure that your, the anchor point is at the center. So you align your center anchor point here. So after that, you can press S key on your keyboard and then press keyframe. So that will be end frame. After that, at start, you need to enter the 0. So that will be entering 0. So after that, you can play it back. Now your plus sign also appearing. So if you offset it a little bit front or back, that will be much nicer. I will keep it front. So that is much nicer here. Boom. So that is a start shooting. After that, it appears. So that is not very fancy, like like nice looking fireworks, but I want to show you that how to animate custom shape. So not only for fireworks, maybe you can use for other like purpose as well. So how things are bursting just like that. If you want it too fast, you can play around with the keyframe here. So but I will keep it just like that. I can play it back here just like that. Boom. So same technique I have shown you in like a building effects. I can pre-compose it everything and then keep it overlap. So that will be much look to realistic. So I will select all the layer. Holding shift key on your keyboard, and then after that I can right click it and then go to Precompose. That is pre-composing everything. So what I will do is I can simply enter my maybe what if AI and then fireworks. That will be -1. So in fireworks -1, I can click OK. When I press OK, that is also added here. So AI fireworks 1 pre-composition in our project panel. So after that, the purpose we will be making duplicating all the fireworks around. So what I will do is I can simply Command D, or you can go to edit menu, duplicate your layer, and then I can resize it now. So what I will do is I can resize, press S key. Now I will resize it a little bit smaller. But now you are seeing that the gray background is appearing. So simply, it is not tough. You can double click on your composition. So after that, you can delete your background layer and then go back to your, like just now, the fireworks thing. We have it here. So after that, you can see that the fireworks are overlapping here. So now you see there is no like a background involved, but the position, we need to move it a little bit here. And then also, we need to change the color. So now we have the, yellow color. So it is not really look good. So what we can change is we can simply change this to like maybe other color. To change that, in effect menu, we can manually go back to our AI and then creating many layer. But in After Effects, to change a layer for vector files in effect and preset box, what I can type is just type FILL fill. So that will be fill effects appear, and then select your layer, and then after that you can double click or just bring it like click and drag it to your layer. So that will be applying the one more fill color. So that is effects appear. In effects panel, I can change whatever color I want. Maybe let's say I want it like a pressing on your like a stopwatch here. So sorry, this like like the swatch here. So you can change your color anything here. So after that, if you're happy with it, now we have changed the other color as well. Now we have different color involved in this fireworks thing. So now you will notice that the fireworks, after that, it needs to be like a disappear. So what we can do is it busted. So after that, it will dismiss. So very simple. In After Effects, we have this opacity. So what you can do is press A or press T. That will be opacity thing. So you can press T, any layer, that will open it up, opacity stopwatch, and then you can click on your stopwatch. Now the end frame, make sure that you like the end frame here. So after that, it will be dismissing. So we will start with 100 and then move a little forward. After that, you can bring down your opacity, so to 0, so that will be dismissing everything. So same thing, I can simply copy that layer and then to other composition, I can paste it. But you're not seeing yet. Just now I show you can press U, that will be appearing your all the composition here. So now it busted and then it disappear. If too fast, I can keep it distant so that will be much slower here. So just like that. Let's say you make it, even you can offset it. Maybe let's say you're like dismissing is here and there. So that will be a little bit offset here. So just like that. So we can continue doing that. I can add one more like fireworks here. So after that, I can move it here, or maybe that will be like simply another one more color. So I have already applied effects to that composition. So go to effect. I can change the pressing on the stopwatch. I can change any color here. So let's say we want it like this color. Press OK, and then I can play it back. So that will be like adding one more like same thing. You can play it back. So just like that. So if you press U, you can offset your like the opacity thing, so you can disappear maybe here and there. So when you play it back, so that will be here. So even you can offset it so a little bit so that it will not shoot at the same time. So just like that, and then when you play it back, that will be shooting, and then after that it will be disappear just like that. So this is how it works. Custom shape, that is not very custom thing, but in effects we have a blur effects, we have many other effects, so we can apply to our fireworks. But I will keep it just like that here. So and then I will move on to my like at the top, Happy New Year text here. So at the top one, the idea is I want to do like flipping from top to down, like flipping the paper. So what I will do is I will change all the text layer. That will be Happy New Year thing. So I will change it to a 3D layer here. So to change to 3D layer is you select your layer, and then after that we have this 3D box. On that box column, I can press any one because I selected all the layers. So when I press it, that will be applying all the 3D effects or 3D attribute to that layer. So you will notice now. We applied it to all the layer, and then happy is, we can see, but New Year is gone because in After Effects, some layers disappear. So to appear it back, to bring it back is very simple. You can add the adjustment layer in between. So go to new and then take your adjustment layer here. So when you add it's the same thing to your solid layer and press on adjustment layer. That will be like an option and comment Y. So when you press it, so that will be adding an adjustment layer. So when you add that, the one more adjustment layer, you can bring in between that layer. So meaning that we have this stacking the 3D layer. So but we need to bring like in between the adjustment layer. So you bring it down and then boom, that will be like to appear back the 3D layer that is missing. So after that same technique, I can duplicate it, the adjustment layer here. When you duplicate it, you bring it down at the 6 and 7. So that will be your new is appear. So that is how to to bring it back whatever is dismissed or you're not seeing thing. So that is a easy thing as well. But the adjustment layer also, there's many things to talk about it, but keep it for now. That is how to bring it back the 3D layer if there are dismissing. So just like that, I will continue with the 3D layer like a flipping thing. So to do that, you can select any layer you want to start. So I will start with this happy thing. So it's the same thing to anchor point. We have a 3D anchor point as well. So that will be here. You can see that green, red and blue indicator. So go to your anchor point here. So that will be same thing. You can go to the top. Now you can locate your starting point here. After that, that is a simple technique. I will be using the position. So in position, we can what if the rotation? So when I bring it to rotation, so that will be we are flipping to the X axis. So what I can do is press stopwatch on X rotation, and then after that will be end point and can bring it forward a little bit. At start point, I will be like increasing. That will be flipping from the back. So that will be flipping just like that. So I can bring it maybe to the 120. So that will be from the top. When we play it back, boom. So that is coming down from the. So just like it's like a flipping thing. It will be depend on you. What if we bring it to maybe the start value to 180? So that will be straight from the top. So after that, we will be flipping just like that. So after that, I will continue to other layer. It's the same thing. You can simply copy my keyframe here. So but what you need to do is make sure your anchor points are aligned to the top. So that will be center. And then the next layer, make sure that your 3D anchor point at the top. So after that, you select all the layer and then pressing the command or control key and then locate your indicator and then copy your keyframe, command C, and then paste it all the layer, command V, and then that will be pasting everywhere. So that is now we have done all the flipping thing as well. So after that, we can keep it a little bit offset backward because so that it will be flipping one after. So now we can see that now flipping everything just like that. So everything is shooting out from the down. So now you can see on the the tutorial is not very the fancy thing, but there is if you're new to After Effects, hopefully I believe that this tutorial is useful for you. That's it how we can create the fireworks in After Effects. So let me play it back. Now because of the 3D rendering, it takes a little bit slower. Let me play it back here. So just like that here. If you play it back, your walk area, bring it to this way, and then you can play it back here just like that. Now you burst it and then dismiss it. Okay, that is how easy to create fireworks in After Effects. You can use in custom shape, or you can use your building effects and then to do the fireworks. So that will be depends on you. So pretty much about it, guys. I will stop the tutorial right here. So if you learn something or if you like the tutorial, please make sure to subscribe to our Creative Learner YouTube channel and turn on notification bell. And also like us, share our posts in our Facebook page as well. So that will be really supportive for us. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Hopefully I will see you in next tutorials.